It's here! Patch notes 0.191, aka the f***ing Elderwoods, has dropped. We waited for this update for a very, very long time. They just dropped the patch notes. I haven't even read through them yet. I just started recording and we're gonna hope for the best. Now I have some inside information on this. I know a lot of this information a while ago, but we're gonna cover this in today's video and we're gonna be eager to play it tomorrow because we have a 26-hour downtime. I hope you guys have other games you play. So patch note 0.191, the Elderwood Expansion. At a glance, welcome to the Elderwood. Step into an ancient, overgrown forest teeming with magic in the Elderwood Expansion. Palia's biggest update to date. Explore the new adventure zone and discover powerful artifacts and relics, completing exciting new quests, meet mischievous but cute critters, find loads of new collectibles, decor, and so much more. I am so excited. Welcome to the Elderwood, an all-new adventure zone teeming with magic and mystery. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS players join Palia's welcoming community, explore a new chapter in Palia's main story and complete exciting new quests, unveil the benefits of ancient and powerful relics, rid the forest of infection and collect valuable essence, discover a mysterious villager with Umbraan roots, hunt, fish, forage, and collect both mischievous and adorable critters such as the Ogopuu, and Rockhopper. I cannot wait to catch all those hopping little bastards. More free makeup, lipstick and blush, hairstyles, skin tones, and hair colors. Adorn your home with elegant Elderwood and Umbraan decor and take advantage of higher decor limits. Enjoy quality of life updates across the board. Check out the brand new starter pack and founders pack for Palia's best deal ever on premium store content. Refer a friend or 5 to receive Elderwood Fun Guy plushes. Connect your Palia account to your PS5 and Xbox Series XS consoles to receive awesome rewards. The premium store is loaded with a fresh style and spirit, including new outfits, collections, pets, and a glider, and much, much more. That's a lot. This is a pretty big update. So I'm very excited for this. The Elderwoods is finally here. We've been talking about the Elderwoods for over a year and a half on this channel, and I'm so ready to dive into this. I cannot wait to play. So new features and updates. The Elderwood Essentials. The Elderwood Expansion includes an entirely new adventure zone, our first since we launched, which contains a whole new map filled with new content for every skill in the game, new gameplay systems for players to experience, and another chapter in our main story. At the highest level, this update brings the following changes to the game. A new map, the Elderwood, obviously, that one's a given. A lush, overgrown forest seeping with magic. A new chapter of our main story. We got more lore! I'm a lore. I cannot wait for that. A new villager joining the cast of Palia. The introduction of infected essence, a major focus of gathering experience in the Elderwood. The search for artifacts and the ability to craft relics. A new equipment type that provides buffs to not only yourself, but your party. New gatherables including a new wood type and forge you can knock down. Changes to mining, making Palia a more abundant resource and introducing a dedicated mining nodes for gold and silver. New huntable creatures and plushies. New insects including a frog-like critter called the Rockhopper. New fish including ferocious sharks. New garden crops found within the Elderwood. A new set of cooking recipes that makes use of everything in the Elderwood. Our largest single patch of decor, including multiple new furniture sets, the introduction of a carrier pet to the game, and last but definitely not least, the decor limits have increased to the housing plot from 3,000 to 3,500. To help players navigate the range of experiences in Elderwood, we've created a central page and their player menu to be a one-stop shop for what you can accomplish in the Elderwood. That has to be the most I've seen, and this is just the beginning of a Palia update in a long time. A lot of this I've already known is coming. I already knew about the Palium change with the gold and silver nodes. I knew a lot about the crops being added. I knew that there's new fish, new insects, but there are stuff in here they didn't even share with the Palia partner. For example, the carrier pet. Welcome to the Elderwood. The Elderwood is a lush, overgrown forest filled with magic where a different subrace of Majiri, the Umbra, once inhabited. All players will immediately gain access to the Elderwood, but we highly recommend having fine tools as well as completing temple questline up through Rooted in Place before diving far into the map. The entrance to the Elderwood is found in the northern part of Bahara between Tamala's house and the housing plot gate. We were right about that. We guessed that a long time ago. We've been preaching it in the streams, and when they confirmed it, I just felt a bunch of joy. And yes, the Elderwood is open to all. There is nothing stopping you from going to the Elderwoods. However, please have fine tools and get your main quest line done, or your temple quest line. It is not bundle locked. I was really hoping it would have been bundle locked, but it's not bundle locked. New to the Elderwood is a requirement to find each of the stables in order to unlock fast travel to those locations. Once you've found the Elderwood Central Stables, you'll be able to use stables throughout the world to travel directly to the Elderwood. As a reward for finding all the Elderwood stable locations, Naya will give you a recipe to craft your very own stable sign at your housing plot. So yes, you'll be able to craft your own little stable sign, place on your plot, and fast travel wherever you want once you find these locations. Elderwood brings with it a new chapter of our main story, a whole batch of side quests with a brand new villager to meet. Our villagers will also see some changes to their schedules now that the Elderwood has opened. We'll let you all discover exactly what those changes are as you progress through the expansion. The main story chapter and the side quests, players that are all caught up with the main story will see things kick off immediately when they log into the Elderwood opening cinematic. Some of the new systems in the Elderwood do require main story progression, so we recommend all players get caught up. Specifically, you want to complete the temple quest. They gave you the list, but I kind of just said the temple quest because that's easier. As the main story progresses in the Elderwood, players will unlock different elements of the Elderwood's gameplay, which we'll cover below. That's not all though. While you explore the Elderwood, you'll come across a variety of guide and discovery quests that expand on the history of this map and introduce various new mechanics. To help players uncover these quests, some will be marked directly on the map. Tamala is finally opening her wares and sharing some of her concoctions. Once you progress through and complete the Nature of Shadows quest, you'll be able to purchase unique items such as an anti-slime potion and one of your new garden crops. For players who want to travel back to home more easily, once you complete the quest Where the Hearth is, Tamala will also sell you a hearth potion, which will let you travel at home at any point. This is awesome. A lot of you guys already knew that Tamala was getting her own shop. It was going to be a potion shop. But also I want to point out there could be more potions coming in the future. This isn't all the potions, obviously. They're going to be adding more. But more potions can be added later on as the game progresses. Sabira's shop. This is something they did not let the partners know. Once players complete that Something Wicked quest, Sabira will allow you to purchase some grab bags of items from the Elderwood. These are perfect options if you want to finish your Elderwood collection, but maybe don't enjoy a given skill. The new NPC's name is Ulfe, and he is a little dude. Ulfe is the newest villager joining the cast of Palia, a young Umbraan boy who's been living in the Elderwood for a while. The Umbraans are a different subrace of Majiri that have more favorable view on the use of flow. While Ulfe is excited to meet all of you, he takes his time in order to get to know a new friend. A friendship with him will be able to grow into future patches. So yes, this is something that I want to talk about, and I said it a little bit in my Twitch streams. The Elderwood isn't all just the Elderwood. They're going to add obviously more way later on down the line. They're just opening up the new area. They're starting the main quest line. It's going to be what we had in the past, probably a little bit more, but as the game progresses, the Elderwood will progress. World updates. With the introduction of the Elderwood, the villagers seem to have taken notice, and there are a few updates in mind. Various villagers have new daily dialogues that will refer to the Elderwood. All material found in the Elderwood would have been added to weekly wants. Items from the Elderwood are typically tier 3 and 4 weekly wants. Villagers will accept new material from the Elderwood as gifts. Various villager schedules have been updated to include Elderwood as a part of their schedule. Now let's get into the really cool shit. We're going to start talking about artifacts. Artifacts and discoverables. One of the core goals with adventure zones is to provide a feeling of surprise and delight around every corner. As you explore, you'll find mysterious substances that has infected the Elderwood, as well as new decor, Umbraan Shrines, Rummage Piles, and treasure chests. Now the infected essence will be found throughout the map. Players will find various gathering items infected by an unknown magical essence. Collecting this essence requires unique materials and equipment specific to the Elderwoods. As players continue through the Elderwood's main story, they'll unlock the ability to craft necessary materials to collect infected items. Infected essence is a major part of the Elderwood's new gathering experience, and by acquiring it, players will be able to acquire new recipes and gameplay benefits from a variety of sources. We have the Elderwood Decor set. This decor set is our first furniture set found entirely through exploration. I do enjoy this. I'm not a big decorator. I don't really do a lot of decor, but discovering your furniture set I feel like is way more immersive. It's more into the world. You actually have to go out and find it. Across the Elderwood, you'll find pieces of furniture left behind from the Umbraans. The first time you interact with one of these pieces, you'll meet Beanie, a ravenous little pixie who would like some of that infected essence that has been showing up. Is it Beanie? Beanie? It's Beanie. I'm gonna go with Beanie. Beanie sounds better. With the appropriate amount of infected essence, they'll teach you the recipe to craft that item. Don't worry if you don't have enough infected essence when you find an item. The map will automatically track the location of any Elderwood decor piece you find until you've acquired it. Now let's get into Umbraan Shrines. They are hidden throughout the map and require players to offer a unique sacred flower, which can be acquired through the following sources: hidden throughout the Elderwood from various main story, guide, and discovery quests, purchased from Tamala's store, and hunting wave-back Ogopoos and pixie schmoles. Similar to the Elderwood Decor set, if you find an Umbraan Shrine, it will remain marked on your map until you complete the offering. As a reward for offering a sacred flower, players can receive artifacts and various resource packs filled with the Elderwood materials. Something we talked a lot in my Twitch stream: will Rummage Piles be in the Elderwoods? Yes, they are. Each real-world day, players can find 2 Rummage Piles hidden within the Elderwood. These locations are the same for every player each day. In order to gain the rewards, players will need to use their hoe to clear the dirt before grabbing the items. And I love it. I love the fact that you're going to have to interact with the rummage piles. You're going to have to clear it out to get what you want. It's weird that I get excited for the very small things. It wouldn't be a new map without treasure chests. Players will find these hidden throughout the Elderwood, open them to receive a variety of rewards, including a few new recipes. We're going to go ahead and dive into some lore or some dialogue between Eloise and Kaleri. Eloise says, strange things abound in the Elderwood, and where there is strange, I intend to be close behind. One mustn't be afraid to get dirty in the pursuit of the unknown, so grab your shovel and help uncover the secrets of the past. Together we'll prove what science has dismissed, and don't worry, I'll be sure to reward you handsomely for anything you find. I've been working on some bright-eye hunting gear I think you'll find quite exciting. I love Eloisa. She seems like she would have a true crime and paranormal podcast, very similar to me. I have one of those. You can check it in the description down below, called What Dwells Beneath. It's really good. What my sister needs to say is that we would appreciate your assistance in recovering lost artifacts so that we may donate them to the Umbraan Museum of History and Nocturne. And please, if she starts talking about Flothman again, do us both a favor and do not engage. Engage! Flothman's out there. He is out there. As players explore and progress through the Elderwood, they'll uncover various artifacts. These artifacts are a vital part of the Elderwood's gathering experience. By completing a set of artifacts, players will be able to acquire the schematics to Relics, a new equipment type that provides buffs to not only you, but your entire party. If you want to maximize your capabilities in the Elderwoods, you'll want to work together to acquire and level up each of these relics. That is why I love the relic system, and I think it is so important. It adds a social feature. It adds more to the party system. This is so important for the entire game because it needs more social features. Artifacts can be found primarily through Umbraan Shrines and Rummage Piles, and they can also be traded with other players at the Elderwood Central Stables. If you happen to find a piece you already have, try offering it up to trade with another player in order to complete a set. Upon acquiring your first artifact, you'll receive the Pieces of the Past quest, which will guide you through how the system works. You can submit any artifacts you find at the Central Stables near the southern exit. But relics are a new piece of equipment that provides various buffs to both you and your party. Relics can be leveled up to provide you and your party stronger buffs. Each player in your party can equip an unequipped relic, sharing its benefits with other party members. Relics can only be equipped within the Elderwood Central Stables. There's a huge list of relics, but I'm going to only go through the tier 1 of each one. The Bright Eye Amulet, which provides a small buff of essence looted. Elderwood Idol allows you to track infected forage. Bag of Illusion allows you to directly interact with infected forage without the use of special equipment or potions. Guiding Lantern boosts the tier of other relics equipped by your party members. I don't believe this is going to be the final list of relics. I do think as more patches come out in the future, more relics will be added. But yeah, this is what we got so far starting out with. In order to acquire relics, you'll need to complete artifacts. By completing an artifact, you'll earn Eloise's Fun Bucks, which can be exchanged for the necessary schematics to be the register where you donate artifacts. Relics can be crafted in the Elderwood Central Stables near the waterfall. To craft and upgrade relics, you'll need a few unique items, enchanting runestones and finishing runestones. You can get certain runestones at certain places. For example, buying one at Tamala's store, another is awarded during the Elderwood main story, there's another one hidden in the Elderwood, and 2 are completed by finishing accomplishments. For players who really want to show off the prowess, you can unlock a unique nameplate by leveling every relic up to tier 4. Let's go ahead and get into mining. There are a few changes that I would like to talk about. As part of the Elderwood's release, we're making some larger changes to material acquisition. Pallium is now exclusively found in the Elderwood. That means you can only go to the Elderwood to get it, and is abundant in the Elderwood as iron is in Bahari. But because Pallium is significantly easier to acquire, we're increasing the amount of Pallium bars necessary to craft exquisite tools to be in the line with other tool tiers. XP values from the Pallium nodes have also been adjusted to account for the increased availability. Now there's a new type of stone called White Stone. It is an uncommon drop from stones within the Elderwood. White stones can only be refined at the smelter to create white stone slabs. The recipe for white stone slabs can be purchased for 300 gold at Hidari's mining store once you're at mining level 5. A new type of ore, platinum, can now be found in rare dedicated nodes across the Elderwood. Platinum ore can be refined into platinum bars at the smelter, and this recipe can be purchased for 5,000 gold at Hadar's mining store at level 10. Then they state, fear not, we've been very happy with the gameplay experience around Palia and are going to replace it with new dedicated nodes for silver and gold. Silver nodes can now be found rarely across Kilima Village. Silver nodes will drop the same starstones as copper nodes, and gold nodes can now be found rarely across Bahari Bay. Gold nodes will drop the same starstones as iron nodes. Lastly, the ore compass has been updated to work with all the above changes. It will now track the following mining nodes: all silver, gold, and platinum nodes, large size stones, white stone, copper, iron, and pallium. Shane is going to kick off foraging by giving us a few words. Many of the Phoenix's children have come to me of late asking how they might minimize their impact on the natural world. If you, like me, avoid consuming animal products, I believe some of the resources noted below with a green heart to be subtle substitutes in recipes that call for them. I especially suggest you try the veggie chili. I believe I left the recipe lying around in my room somewhere. So if you guys want to know where to get veggie chili, just go to Shane's room. It's there. And I'm probably going to make a cooking video with the veggie chili because I love me some good chili. Oh, I love chili. Within the Elderwood, we're introducing a wide variety of new gatherable types and materials. Various items found across the Elderwood are used for crafting with the new decor set or used in various cooking dishes that are new to the zone. New type of wood is ancient wood and can be found throughout the Elderwood from ancient trees. Ancient trees will sometimes drop a seed that players can plant on their home plot. Rarely, ancient wood will drop ancient ambers, high in value. There's the Elderwood orchids, Elderwood lotus, elderflower, an epic flower that's quite hard to find, a staircase mushroom, which players have a chance to learn the recipe of muskin, a leather-like material crafted at the fabric loom for any mushroom, floatfish mushrooms, elder clam mushrooms. These can be opened to acquire elder clam mushroom meat and rarely a black pearl. Elder clam mushroom meat can be used in any cooking dishes that require any red meat. Then you have flotators, butterfly beans. On occasion, players will acquire a butterfly bean seed when foraging, which can be planted on the player's garden. The dowsing rod will track new rare, epic, and legendary forage found within the Elderwood, and there are 2 accomplishments for collecting all forageables within the Elderwood. Additionally, we're introducing shootable forage in the game. On some trees in Bahari Bay and Elderwood, players will see items hanging from trees. Players can use an arrow to shoot down the forage or chop the tree down to get the item. And the first one they mention is honey. Honey can now be gathered from beehives from pine trees in Bahari Bay and the Elderwood. Then you have the coconuts, which can be found on ancient trees in the Elderwood. I'm still fingers crossed and hoping that one day we get beehives. That'll be a good way to introduce animal husbandry. So the fact that they're adding in honey as a collectible, that there's bees that we can collect, that there's flowers in the game, I have high hopes, and I feel like that'll be a very easy system to implement. Now we have the hunting creatures. As players explore the Elderwoods, they'll come across a couple new creatures to hunt: the Ogopuu and the Shmole. The Ogopuu is a feisty one, and it's the first creature in Palia that will hit you back, but in our own cozy way. When alerted, the Ogopuu can spit sticky slime at you, slowing your ability to move on the map. Not only that, but the Ogopuu are beefy and require a number of arrows to take down. We recommend fine arrows and a party. There are 3 types of Ogopuu: the regular Ogopuu, emerald Ogopuu, and the waveback Ogopuu. And yes, the hunter's horn will track waveback Ogopuu. Players can acquire the meat and skin from all types of Ogopuu. The meat can be used as a fish replacement in any dishes that allow any fish. On occasion, players may also acquire scales, which are the Ogopuu scale, emerald Ogopuu scale, or the waveback Ogopuu scale. And yes, the Ogopuu have plushies attached to them, so go out there and hunt them to extinction to get yourself a fluffy pillow. 2 new hunting accomplishments have been added related to the Ogopuu. The slimed accomplishment for collecting each type of scale will award the Ogopuu mounted trophy. Now on to the Shmole. The Shmole is a whole new paradigm for hunting. Across the Elderwood, players will find networks of Shmole holes that contain multiple Shmoles. These little ones are tricky to catch. When alerted, they'll dive back into their hole and pop out somewhere else within the network, sort of like multiplayer version of whack-a-mole. Shmoles will wait patiently for players who are playing solo and need to find where they're popped out, but for hunting parties, players can split up and manage a few holes each. I'm so fucking immature. There are 3 types of Shmoles: the regular Shmole, elder Shmole, and the pixie Shmole. And yes, the hunter's horn will track the pixie Shmole. Shmoles primarily drop various types of mushrooms found throughout the Elderwood. On occasion, the players may also acquire a Shmole spore, elder Shmole spore, or a pixie Shmole spore from their respective types. For plushie collectors, each small type has an associated rare plushie. And just like the Ogopuu, there are 2 new hunting accomplishments that have been added related to the small. The Whack-a-Schmoll accomplishment will award the Schmoll mounted trophy. Now for insect catching, this is what I'm really excited for. I'm usually not that amped for insect catching, but the introduction of the Rockhopper and the Pixie just have me jazzed up. Across the Elderwoods, players will find a range of new insects to collect, including new types such as the Pixie and the Rockhopper. The plushie jar will track new, rare, epic, and legendary insects found within the Elderwood. 3 new accomplishments have been added to recognize players who catch the full collection. Now there's a list of new insects to catch, but they're pretty much rockhoppers, butterflies, and pixies. There's going to be 3 new types of rockhoppers, 3 types of butterflies, 2 types of beetles, and 2 types of pixies. Now on to fishing. The Elderwood is fully stocked with a new set of fish for players to catch, disturbed across the zone in its various times of the day. The fish in the Elderwood are more difficult to catch on average than fish from the Bahari and Kilma. We advise players who want to catch the rarest ones to use Palium tools and every buff at their disposal. 3 new accomplishments have been added to recognize players who catch the full collection. The Elderwood Angler, accomplishment for collecting all base Elderwood fish, will award the mounted float fish. The Master Elderwood Angler, accomplishments for collecting all-star quality Elderwood fish, will award the mounted moss. There are a shitload of new fish. There's a whole list here, but they've added in sharks, the Majiri of War, the Enervan mermaid, which apparently is likely not what they pictured, but they've added in a lot of cool stuff. The maw is also a shark, but fish catch rates have changed globally. Alongside the Elderwood, we've reworked how fishing catches are determined across the game, resulting in changes to all catch rates for items in fishing. These changes are systematic, meaning there are no explicit goal to increase or decrease any given item, but it would not be possible to match the previous catch rates. That said, we believe this results in more chances for players to catch hard to acquire fish. In general, most fish required at the Night Sky Temple bundles are more likely to appear. Makeshift chests are more likely to appear when not using bait and less likely to appear when you're using worms and glowworms. When no bait is used, common fish are more likely to appear and uncommon less likely. When using worms, common fish will be less likely to appear and uncommon fish will be more likely to appear. When using glowworms, epic fish will be more likely to appear. There are more exceptions to the above. To cherry pick a few examples we know players will catch, pun intended, is the sushi recipe. The void ray, unicorn fish, and ancient fish are more likely to appear. They just made this a whole lot easier. We had little unicorn fish parties where I would help people get the unicorn fish. We would go to the bottom of Bahari Bay and we'd all get as a unit, we'd all get buffed up and we would catch the unicorn fish. 9 times out of 10, people will get the unicorn fish that day. Most within the first 15 minutes. But they've completely changed that, and they even stated, to pull back the curtain, we want to be able to make more fish and be able to do more with fishing. This system was one of our oldest and was painful for us to work in as we look to the future. These changes allow us to author fish more efficiently and reliably, which also makes it easier to introduce new types of fish or items in the fishing experience. The new fish in the Elderwood forced us to dive back into the system and realize changes were necessary to continue to create more fish and new types of fish. Now let's get into gardening and cooking, and before we dive into this, I do want to state my opinion on one thing. I don't think that we need more crop plots, like little things to grow things on. I just think that if we have a bunch of those, everything grows really quickly, we make a lot of money very fast, and we cheese the system. I feel that that is a very uncommon opinion, but I do stand by it. So I'm very excited for more crops. I will always want more crops to grow. I just don't want more crop plots to put down because I don't want to fast pace everything. But yeah, let's go and get into this list. With the Elderwood expansion, we're releasing 2 new crops for Palia, butterfly beans and rockhopper pumpkins. Butterfly beans are a new harvest 2x2 crop. The beans can be found at the base of large trees around the Elderwood. Butterfly bean seeds will occasionally be acquired when gathering butterfly beans from the world. Players can unlock the canned bean recipe for the preserves jar by completing the Bean Tycoon accomplishment. The Rockhopper pumpkins are also a 2x2 crop, and they can be acquired from Tamala's potion store once the players have progressed the main story. And players can unlock the canned pumpkin recipe for the preserves jar by completing the Pumpkin Purveyor accomplishment. And with new crops mean new recipes. And oh my god, I'm so excited for this. Number 1, we got the bean burger. The recipe is found in the Elderwood. You got canned copa nuts in Ani's room, the Elderwood pie, complete Little Bubbles pie discovery quest, flotato fries with ketchup found in the Elderwood, fruit smoothie bowl, Neo's room, loaded flotato, Eloise's room, pumpkin curry and rice in Najuma's room, pumpkin pie and Kinley's, pumpkin stew can be Red's cooking store at level 8, soon tofu, Red's cooking store at level 6, spicy honey baked Mujin, Eshi's room, and veggie chili from Shane's room. A lot of you guys know that I love cooking paleo food in real life. I have a whole cookbook. The cookbook to that is in the Discord, and I've made a few of the recipes in the real life cookbook for YouTube videos. We're going to be doing all that again on a new dedicated channel. We're going to be cooking video game foods. But I cannot wait to do this. I'm so excited. I love the cooking in the game. I love the food in the game. This is just awesome. Furniture making and decor. This release is our largest single drop of items for housing since we originally opened Palia up to players. We're not only releasing 2 furniture sets, but we're also providing several additional smaller items. We are increasing the housing plot decor limit from 3,000 to 3,500. They're introducing the Umbraan decor set, which is your go-to if you want to feel like an Umbraan. The starter pack for this can be acquired at Tish's Furniture Store for 7,500 gold once the player is at furniture making level 8. The Elderwood decor set is found entirely within the Elderwood map. You have to go explore the map to find every single one of these recipes. You have to get out there and you have to find them. And by the way, both of these have tints on the modification bench. In addition to the above sets, we have a range of additional decor items that can be acquired throughout the Elderwood expansion. But this includes plushies, this includes the Mount of Moss, the stable sign, everything like that. Let's get into the social menu update. We've reworked our social menu to provide much more up-to-date information on your friends and players on the server. You'll see that accepting a friend request will be significantly more responsive along with the locations of your friends in the world of Palia. Additionally, all items in the Elderwood expansion have been added to the request system. Makeup, hair, skin, and character creation. Get ready to level up your look with even more free makeup, skin tones, and hair options. Whether you're going for bold and dramatic, soft and natural, or something in between, these new additions give you even more ways to personalize your Palian. Now in the lipstick, there are 6 unique patterns and 17 fresh colors to perfect your pout. Blush brings a healthy glow of your character with 7 blush patterns and 11 colors. And hair, switch up your look with 2 new iconic long hairstyles and 15 new hair colors. They've also made several upgrades to the character creation menu. The new preset button cycles through the presets, the random button will select a random item within the tab you're in, and the skin tab has been renamed to makeup. They've also added 7 new eyeliner colors, 10 new skin tones, and both opacity and glass sliders to all the makeup types. Now we're going to go and get to the premium store. The premium store has a sleek new look with smoother browsing and improved outfit previews. It actually does look kind of dope. I do like how it looks. It seems like you can interact with it a little bit more and it just looks clean. There's an actual background now. They're also introducing starter packs. The first one is just called a starter pack. It's 850 Palia coins. It has the affectionate Palcat pet and the herbalist greenhouse outfit. Then there's the founders pack of 3,400 Palia coins, which has the honey bumble pet, which is a giant bee that I think is kind of adorable. Then it says the courier pet slots, 4 courier pet slots. This is introducing courier pet functionality. So I'm kind of confused with how all this works, but we'll go with it. Need help pawing mid-adventure. With courier functionality unlocked, pets can now whisk a handful of items straight to your home plot storage, freeing your backpack space with a long trek back. Each send-off has a brief 10-minute cooldown, and you can expand capacity to 8 slots total. 4 slots unlock with the Founders Pack, and another 4 will be able to unlock through an Elderwood questline to Pack 0.192. But we won't say more than that, no spoilers. For a deeper look at how this light utility unlock and the debut of Earned Cosmetics fits into our evolving monetization strategy. So there's going to be Earned Cosmetics coming. And that's coming in 0.192. So the courier pet is going to be most likely free starting at patch 0.192, but it's paid right now in 0.191. There's going to be an earned cosmetic or an earned pet over a quest line in the next update. But yeah, we now have courier pets. But the last bit of news I want to share with you guys is my Palia community meetup at TwitchCon EU. It's going to be a Saturday, May 31st at TwitchCon EU at 4 p.m. We're going to do it inside the convention center for safety reasons. But yeah, there's more details for that in my Discord if you'd like to go check it out. This is not just me doing a community meetup with my viewers. This is the entire Palia community. We have a few other content creators joining us. So far, Mace the Muse is 100% signed on for it. But I've messaged a few others and we're all kind of getting back with each other. But there we're going to have a plushie exchange, a sticker exchange, and a relic exchange. More details of that in my Discord if you want to go check it out. But yeah, that is the Elderwood update. I am am so excited. But what are you guys excited for? Let me know in the comments down below. But when you guys are down there commenting, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload a video. If you want to know the exact moment I upload a video, be sure to join the Discord. The Discord is a super happy, friendly, and welcoming place. If you're watching this right now, this very second, there's a chance that I'm streaming on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Perzival. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on in, chit chat, let's talk about the Elderwoods. I'm going to be going live most likely after I drop this video to have a Palia Elderwoods waiting party, and I'm just going to leave my PC up and we can all talk and chat. If you like true crime and paranormal podcasts, I have one. It's called What Dwells Beneath. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go ahead, give it a listen, let it bless your ear holes. And I also have social media. I have Instagram, TikTok, all that crap. All that is in the description down below. But yeah, that's the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.